Welcome back. All right, so 3 games tonight in the National Hockey League. Tomorrow there's 12. I've already got the preview board done because I had plenty of time with just the 3 games to get it done. So kind of proud of myself on that one. No, nobody else cares. Anyways, it just means that I don't have to do that necessarily in the morning. I can have the board all set up. I come in here in the morning, half asleep, like, all right, let's do the preview and get that out of the way first. Nice way to start my day. All right. This is why we have the thumbnail, so you can skip ahead of all my rambling. All right, first up, Detroit against the Winnipeg Jets. Boy, these Jets have really become a wagon. This is a team that I mean, I don't know what's going to happen come playoff time. Nobody knows what's going to happen come playoff time. We can all be Nostradamus in November and December if we want, but we really don't know. And it's going to be fun to find out for Winnipeg fans. So Reimer versus Brossoit, there's a good early back and forth. Near miss for Dillon as the Jets press. Sprong has a shot that's tipped wide. The Jets clear it out. Rasmus and Kentberry won in close. There's a near miss for Comfer. Lowry has a rush chance. That's caught and held. The shots are 4-2 Detroit, 9 minutes in. The Wings press with 9 minutes left, but they're kept to the outside. Sprong has a net drive. That's held. Wallman has a turnover. He's bailed out by Reimer on that one. Dillon has a shot that's held as the Jets press. Janssen Fjallby has a rush chance that's saved. And then this original goal was originally given to Barron, and I had to go back and change it after. So it's Pionk from Janssen Fjallby and Gustafsson at 15:38. And so I had to hold my hand out so that it wasn't touching the board. So that's why it looks like chicken scratch. So yeah, it's batted out of the air by a Detroit defenseman. So if you're like, that looks like a high stick, apparently never touched Barron's stick at all. Jets look for another. The Reimer holds on there. Strong forechecking by Winnipeg. There's a press by the Jets with 2 minutes left. Reimer holds on. Larkin's denied in close. It's 1-0 Jets after 1. Second period, early press by Winnipeg. I follow to Nemesnikov near miss. And then Mata scores his first in a while. He roofs it short side from Kane and Kopp at 1:44. It was a nice pass by Patrick Kane to set it up. Jets look to answer. There's an arm save on Gustafsson. Samberg has a shot that's held. Samberg then had a shot that was blocked as the Jets are pressuring. Zarnik has a rush chance that's kicked aside. And then on a pass from behind the net, Ehlers tips one in. Velarde and DeMello with the assists at 7:41. DeBrincat then has a shot that's blockered aside. The Wings press. The Jets press then. The Wings block. They clear, but on a fast break. Janssen Fjallby, who suddenly heated up, he gets his first goal of the year. Samberg with the assist at 10:50. Samberg was all over the ice tonight. Wings press to respond. Now they're down 3-1. Niederreiter nearly adds one. Reimer holds on there. We get a post for Veleno as the Wings press. Arm save on Velarde. The Jets cycle, and then it's Velarde that ultimately gets the goal. He scores from Perfetti and Morrissey at 16:10. Buries that one on a cross-crease pass. And much like when he played in LA, I'm tempted to get a Velarde jersey. I think he's going to stay in Winnipeg. So honestly, he wears 13. You know, that's a number close to my heart. So Gostisbehere has a shot that's held as the Wings look to answer. The Wings press with a minute and a half left, and the Jets, they press to close it. So each team taking turns pressuring, trying to get another goal, but it's 4-1 for the Jets after 2. Third period, Janssen Fjallby has a rush chance that's saved. The shots are 3 apiece, 3 minutes in. Raymond has a shot that's held as the Wings press. We get a power play for Detroit. DeBrincat has a shot that's saved. The Jets block, they clear. The Wings set up, they cycle. Comfer has a shot that's held. Power play's killed off. Wings press after it's done. And then it's Kane. He scores. I don't know why I put that as a PPG. It's not a PPG. Kane scores from Larkin and Sider at 8:41. So that makes it a 4-2 game. Pionk then has a shot that's blocked as the Jets press. The Wings go back to the power play. There's back-to-back clears during that. Sprong's denied just before it ends. The next shot is held. And then at 15:12, Scheifele buries one in close. Velarde and Ehlers with the assists. So, Velarde with the 3-point game after the 4-point game he had the other night. Dude's heating up. All right, so the Jets press in the final minute. That really just, it really shows this team is focused for a full 60 minutes. They win this one 5-2. They go to 19-9-3 on the season. For the Detroit Red Wings, 15-13-4. Winnipeg's now first in the Central. Who saw that coming? Shots on net, 12-9 Winnipeg in the first, 18-7 Winnipeg in the second, 12-11 Detroit in the third. Final shots 41-28 for Winnipeg. Power plays 0 for 2 for Detroit. No power plays for Winnipeg. Hits 20-13 Winnipeg. Reimer saves 36 out of 41. Brossoit saves 26 out of 28 at the other end. So, yeah, entertaining game. I'm sure Jets fans were entertained. I don't know if Wings fans were. You guys can let me know. All right. And the other one on this board is the Islanders in against the Caps. Now, eagle-eyed viewers are going to be like, those numbers look wrong. You're right. So I did the video earlier, was doing the power or the panic index. I had these two in the wrong spot. I had Washington underneath Detroit, and I had Winnipeg underneath the Islanders. So the games are getting ready to start, and I'm like, wait, I got those backwards. So I didn't fix the numbers. That's why the Jets numbers are on this game, and the Caps numbers are on this game. Weird. Anyways, so Varlamov versus Kemper in this Islanders-Capitals matchup. Early power play for the Islanders. There's an early clear. The Islanders set up, net feed to Nelson, near miss there. The power play's killed off. No shots on net for the Islanders. Caps press after it comes to an end. We then get a power play for Washington. Kuznetsov has a shot that's saved. They cycle. That power play's killed off. The Caps press after it's done. Lapierre has a shot that's held. The shots 6 minutes in are 8-0 for Washington. So really fast start for the Caps, although they don't have a goal to this point. Carlson has a shot deflect wide as the Caps press. Wilson nearly fools Varlamov. The Islanders clear, but on a turnover, Protas, who's been good lately, sets up Lapierre at 9:56. So Hendrix Lapierre on the board with a goal. Caps are 7-0-2 in the season when scoring first. That record gets a little better tonight. Dobson has a shot tipped wide. The Caps rush. Pajot has a shot that deflects out. The Islanders press with 5.5 minutes left. Caps press to close it out. So it's 1-0 Washington after one. Second period. Early press by the Islanders, and eventually Fashing buries one 5-hole on a rebound, or on a wraparound, I should say. Clutterbuck with the assist at 1:03. The Islanders then look for the lead. Wilson flies into Varlamov. He lost an edge there, and he just put himself right into the net. Varlamov ends up being okay, but because it's Wilson, you know, did people get mad? Probably, but because it's Wilson, nobody went over and did anything because he's big. But yeah, so Varlamov ends up being okay. No harm, no foul. Caps press at 3 minutes. Barzal fires one high on a rush. There's a stretch pass to Cizikas that gets picked off. If that had gotten through that, I think he would have scored. Ovechkin fires one wide. Ovechkin was all around the net tonight. Eventually, the goals are going to start going in again, just not yet. Van Riemsdyk exits. Looked like an ankle injury, but he would return. We get a power play for the Capitals, and that's where Van Riemsdyk comes back, so he must have just been able to walk it off or put some ice on it, or they gave him painkiller, whatever they did. He came back into the game. Caps cycle. Bortuzzo blocks an Ovechkin net feed. That's cleared out. The Caps press at 9 minutes. We get a power play for the Islanders. A shorthanded rush by Dowd is saved, and then Horvat was denied on the other end on a rush. So that power play's killed off. The Caps clear. Shots are 9-3 Washington with 7 minutes left, and at 13-12 Edmondson. It's a point shot for his first goal of the season, and Mantha and Lapierre with the assists, and there was a partial screen in front of the net as well. Makes it 2-1 for Washington. Miroshnichenko misses high from in close the Caps press. And honestly, I was impressed with Miroshnichenko, or we can just call him Miro. Miro impressed me tonight. We'll see what kind of name he ends up with for a nickname, but I would go with Miro. I even heard him referred to as Miroshnikov. I think Anson Carter referred to him as Miroshnikov, and I thought that's not his name. But I get it. It's a long name. I get it. The Islanders go back to the power play. Dobson has a shot that's blocked and cleared. It's killed off. The Islanders get some pressure after, but it's 2-1 Washington after 2. Third period, post for Romanov and out. Protas is denied as the Caps press. Engvall nearly ties it. The shots are 4-1 New York, 3 minutes in. Aho has a shot that's held. Glove save on Ovechkin from the slot. The fans call one. The referee does not. That's usually the way that goes. Mantha has a turnover chance that's saved. Obey Kubel has a shot that's blocked. The Islanders clear. Shots are 7-5 New York, 9 minutes in. Stick save on Ovechkin. Romanov has a chance that's held. And at 12:02, forechecking Lee takes the puck and puts it into the net to tie it. It was well played, and it was a nice deke to get that goal. So Anders Lee's starting to get those goals. Like I said, the expected goals, guys, Lee's one of those ones who was well below what the expectations were. You can pick those guys up in fantasy. Usually, they'll start scoring goals. Mantha fires one wide on a rush. The teams trade turnovers. Bortuzzo has a shot that's blocked. The Caps clear. Caps press with 4.5 minutes left, but it was pretty obvious we were playing for overtime at that stage, so we do go to overtime. Pajot turns one over. Caps set up. Dobson then takes it back. We get a power play for the Caps. They call a timeout. Early clear. Carlson has a blast that saves the Caps cycle. Ovechkin has a shot that's blocked, and then Strome buries it from the slot, his 13th of the season at 1:41. Ovechkin and Carlson with the assists. So Washington wins 3-2 in overtime. They go to 16-9-4 on the season. The Islanders 15-8-9. So many overtime and shootout loss points. We saw with teams in previous seasons, Dallas comes to mind 2 years ago, Calgary comes to mind last year. As the season rolls along, sometimes the team that has all these points they've given up in overtime and shootouts, and I understand people look at it as, hey, they're gaining points. I look at it as those are 9 points potentially lost. If they miss the playoffs by a couple of points, that's that third column is just going to just really stand out. Shots on net, 14-7 Washington in the first, 12-9 Washington in the second, 16-8 Islanders in the third. Washington had both shots of the overtime, including the one that matters. So the final shots are 36-33. Or 36-32, sorry, for Washington. Power plays, the Islanders 0 for 3, Washington 1 for 3. The hits 18-16 for the Islanders. Varlamov saves 33 out of 36. Kemper saved 30 out of 32. And now I need to change boards. And Seattle and LA. You know what's weird? It's a game with 74 shots. It didn't feel like a game with 74 shots. So it's Decord versus Talbot. Early 2-on-1 for the Kraken. Eberle fires wide. The Kings had the lone shot that hit the net 2 minutes in. Lots of early whistles in this. Kempe has a rush chance that saved. The Kings press. Anderson has a shot that's blocked. Fiala had a rush chance that was picked off. Alexiak has a shot that's blocked. The shots are 4-2 for the Kings at 6 minutes. Kings press 6.5 minutes in. The Kings are controlling. Not much room for Seattle at this point. Byfield has a near miss. Kempe has a chance that's held. Moore has a shot that's held. Again, it is all Kings in this first period. Fiala has a chance that's held. The shots were 13-2 with 8 minutes left in favor of LA. Notice I didn't have to put who had the 13 in there. I knew I'd remember. I'm not that old. So Spence is denied. Decord holds. Kraken press with 5 minutes left, but they don't get shots out of it. Cartier has a rush chance that's saved. There's a post for Roy on a 2-on-1 rush in the final minute. So it's scoreless after 1. And right away I was thinking, why does LA have problems at home against Seattle? And then conversely, why does LA have problems at home? This is a team that on the road looks like the ultimate team in the NHL, and at home, So they're not in first place on the power rankings. Just going to throw that out there right now, today, tonight. They are not number 1 on the power rankings. That spot's gone back to the Rangers. So second period, stupid hockey guy putting the Rangers first. All right. So early press by Seattle. They're kept to the outside. There's a power play for the Kraken. Early clear, and then the Kraken set up, but they end up taking a penalty, so we get 1 minute and 32 seconds of 4-on-4. Eberle steals. Much better start for Seattle to that second period. Dubois has a net drive that save. Dubois continues to be a black hole offensively for the LA Kings. They really need him to start putting up points. So Laferriere has a shot that's held. Everything's killed off. Borgen has a rush chance that's held. And then at 5:19 on a turnover, Tanev scores from Wenberg. He buries it in close. So it's just Seattle sticking around, keeping the game scoreless. And then they're advantageous. They take advantage of that chance. Kings press for response. Byfield has a rush chance that's held. Fiala fails to tip one in. Kraken clear it out. Kaliev has a one-timer that's held. Puck gets behind Talbot, but the Kings clear it. So that was almost another goal for Seattle. Kempe steals one from Beniers. The shots are 13-11 for the Kings with 8 minutes left. Again, it didn't feel like a period with 24 shots in 12 minutes. Moore has a fast break. That draws the Kings a power play. The Kraken clear early. The Kings cycle. Dubois hits the side of the net. Power play's killed off. 1 shot for that power play. Yamamoto has a net drive. That's blocked out. With 1:59 left, too many Kings on the ice. So the Kraken have the power play. Beniers has a shot that saved. The Kings failed to clear, but they do kill that off. So after the second period, it's 1-0 for Seattle. Third period, early edge for the Kings, but the shots are only 1 apiece, 3 minutes in. Neither team was getting much room, and it already felt like overtime in this game. Like, it just felt like it was kind of a chess match. Kraken press at 5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. Laferriere has a rush chance. That's held. And then Eberle. It's a breakaway pass by Beniers. Eberle goes in and scores at 6:26. That's his first goal in 13 games. Borgen with the other assist on that one. We then get a power play for Seattle as this just kind of falls apart for LA. Gord fires one wide. It's cleared. And then Decord comes out and plays the puck to Schultz. It takes an LA bounce. Schultz doesn't end up getting it. It ends up going to Lizotte. Decord's not back in the net in time. So at 8 minutes, Lizotte puts it into the open net, shorthanded. Suddenly it's a 2-1 game. So Kraken set up. They cycle. The Kings do finish the kill. Gord has a shot deflect out. Eberle has a rush chance that's defended. Tolvanen's denied and close. With 7:20 left, the Kings get a power play. They cycle. It's cleared. The next clear ends it. No shots or momentum for the LA Kings coming out of that power play. Kraken press. Borgen has a shot that's held. Dano has a rush chance that's turned aside. Goalie pull happens with 2:52 left. With 2:45 left, it becomes 6-on-4. And this is the game. An empty net miss by Wenberg. An empty net miss by Tanev. Both of them to the right of the net. It's like curling, right? Well, it'll curl in. So they're both Canadian. No, they're not. Wenberg's not Canadian. What am I talking about? And then there's an empty net miss by Gord. And so, yeah, these are moments, because how many times have we seen this year where a team will miss an empty net, the puck goes in at the other? Kings go offside, though. And then with 1:04 left, the Kings call a timeout. The power play ends up being killed off, no shots, and some booing. Some booing from an LA Kings crowd that has watched this team go 13-1-1 on the road, and then end up 5-6-3 at home. They're no longer .500 at home. They lose 2-1 against the Kraken, a team that went in and beat LA at home last year, too. Seattle's 11-14-9 with the win. The Kings 18-7-4 with the loss. Shots on net 20-8 LA in the first, 16 apiece in the second, and 8-6 LA in the third. Final shots 44-30 for LA. Power plays, Seattle 0 for 3, LA 0 for 4. The hits 29-11 for Seattle. Decord saves 43 out of 44. That'll help the save percentage. Talbot was good too. 28 saves on 30 shots. He just didn't have the goal support because I don't think there were a lot of high danger chances for the Kings, but I don't want to write them off either because I feel like that's kind of, downplaying what Decord did. But it really didn't feel like a 74-shot game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, to me, a 74-shot game is usually just crazy and all kinds of fast breaks and all kinds of really close in and always deny. No, it's crazy. And it just didn't feel like that kind of game. But let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. And if you're wondering, this is from the movie Office Space, which shows my age. And when I got it, I had to get Milton on it. And I knew if it was Milton, it had to have a 00 because nothing ever went Milton's way. All right, there you go. Just a little tidbit at the end. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.